This is Rocky Romero with Peers on the Man. It's my pleasure today to introduce to you Brian Bush. Brian, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. A good afternoon here and a good morning there.
So, Brian, I wonder if you could share a little bit about yourself and your business.
Yeah, thanks, Rocky. So I tend to operate in the space of people. I find myself fascinated by people. So I run three main areas in relation to people development, really coaching, and that's mentoring and coaching, developing leaders of businesses or their teams, whatever that may be. And within that, I look at the team development as well in relation to the culture and the strategy of the organization. Then I sit in with connection. I'm very fortunate, Rocky, in that over the years, I built a very extensive black book, and I'll utilize that black book to help my clients to grow their business, either through introduction into a specific sector or a specific company, and I'll help them with the understanding and scope of that should they, not be aware of some of the channels that may be open to them. And then finally, one of my third real passions and areas of operation, sales. I'm a lover of sales, Rocky. I love the American approach to sales and the pride in which they see the development of that skill set, which we don't share in the UK quite as much, I have to say. We look at it a little bit negatively. So I will work with companies to help them understand where their sales channels are, how to develop a product or a service into those channels, and build an entire strategy should they need to, and work with their team to develop them if they need some skills enhancement as well.
So with so many years of experience, Brian, I wonder if you could share a story of somebody that's received tremendous value by working with you. What would that be?
Yeah, I think the difficulty with these things always is, Rocky, when we get on a bit, when we age and mature, like fine wine, we have quite a few of them. So one that springs to mind is, and relative to the US, I worked with a company recently that was a specialist financial accountancy provider, an auditing service to UK PLCs that were based in London primarily, but were a trading arm in the UK of an American business. And because of the accounting issues in relation to American and UK trading, there was some specialist need in relation to this. So I was referred into them by a good non-exec friend of mine, non-exec director over here in the UK. And we started really with an understanding of what they did, exactly what they did, what the service offering absolutely was, and most importantly, what was the problem they were solving for their client type. And then from a good understanding of that, and that's a bit of sort of deep diving into the business and the people in it, then it's about looking at, okay, we understand the type of problem that you solve, who has that problem, who's the client. So then we're able to go out and research the market to look at the ideal types of clients that they would work. This was on the AIM list, so the Alternative Investment Index. And then we would target those companies and look at the best way to put that offer forward to them, and how we then reached the right type of person, who was the best person to talk to, was it the CEO, the FD, and so on. And all that information, once understood, forms part of that wider sales strategy. And then referring back to my black book, we were able to, having pinpointed that ideal client type, go out and actually get in front of some of those people, and I'd put their teams in front of the people so they could do business with them. And of course, very successfully.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm curious, who would you say is your ideal client or contact or connection for you?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, Rocky, because I think we're always prone to sort of answer with everyone. I think the wish is always to do business with everyone, but I think one of the problems in sales is we've really got to niche that down, or as far as we can. So for me, I've worked with startups. I work with billion-dollar turnover organizations, but the area in which I think I really excel is that funded startup with a real aspiration up to probably about 10 million sterling. And the reason I look at that space primarily is because above 10 million, they tend to really start to get a bit more board ready, and they start to pad out in relation to the type of skill sets that they've got in the organization with a sales director or VP. So probably have less immediate need for the work that I may be able to come and do. So that primary sort of area, 0 to 10 million, really. But everyone's an opportunity, Rocky, as we all know. So you can never discount a conversation with someone leading to an opportunity.
Certainly somebody would love to be able to connect with you. What's the best way to reach you or connect with you, Brian?
Okay, LinkedIn is very good. I tend to trade on the back of my name, Bebush Online, so that features me on LinkedIn. Also, my website is www.bebushonline.co.uk, and then likewise, you can get me brian@bebushonline.co.uk also.
Excellent.